Sandy says read, and welcome to the channel. You guys, today we are going to do a Booktube tag, or Tag Tuesday. And this one is the off the top of your head Booktube tag. I've got my notes. Now, you guys, obviously this is not going to be completely off the top of my head because I've had to write down all of the prompts. You guys, if you've been here for any length of time, you know my printer is not just possessed, but I think it has just given up completely. It has been completely taken over by whatever was possessing it. It's dead. It's done. I cannot print from my printer. So I've written these down by hand, and as I was writing them down, yeah, I thought a little bit about them. I did not gather all the books. Oh, you guys, I did not come totally prepared for this. Let's just dive in, shall we? Okay, the top, off the top of your head Booktube tag. I saw this over at, who was it? Jessica's library card. I saw this at her channel first, and I went to see the original tag, the original creator of the tag. Her name is Gina, and that was at the Library Mouse. So I will put links to their channels, to their videos in the drop-down box below. Of course. All right, should we just dive in and begin? Should I do housekeeping things? I should probably do housekeeping things. Hang on. Watch this move. Here we go. You guys, I do have a merch shop in hopes of someday, perhaps supporting this channel. I have a merch shop. In the merch shop, I have, bookish items, including this one that says, "Give me the Sandy synopsis." Okay, so you can get like t-shirts and I don't know, mugs and pillowcases and all kinds of fabulous bookish things in the Sandy Says Read merch shop, which, you know what? I'll link in the drop-down box below. What else do we want to talk about? Perhaps the fact that I do have a newsletter. Yeah, you can subscribe to the Sandy Says Read newsletter, which is also free. And then once a month, on the first of the month, you'll get news about what I'm up to, what books are coming up, what other authors are doing, and what else is in there? Oh yeah, parrot news about my birds, which you will hear during this video, and the dragon column from Malachi. Yay! Okay, so that ticker should be going across your screen in front of you now, so that you know how to subscribe. But of course, I will put that in the drop-down box below. All right, let's dive into this tag. Number one, what was your favorite picture book as a child? And I know I've mentioned this here on the channel before. That is Miss Jaster's Garden. Hang on, I'll show you the book because I have the children's bookshelf is right over here off camera where you can't see it. This is Miss Jaster's Garden. Yeah, isn't that gorgeous and lovely? There you go. Story and pictures by N.M. Bodeker. What should I tell you about this that I haven't told you before? But you know, it has the cute little hedgehog who falls asleep in Miss Jester's garden, and she plants stuff that grows on him, and it's adorable and cute. So yeah, this is the picture book that I have loved since I was a child. And so I should probably show you one of the pictures, right? Okay, so here we go. Right inside there's one of the pictures, and you can see the little hedgehog. Isn't he adorable? Yeah. You know that's right up my alley. Okay. Number two, what book series did you love as a child? Now, when I was writing this out, the first thing that popped into my head was the Trixie Belden series. I did not keep and collect. Like, I do not have any Trixie Belden books in my current adult library. But I remember one of the storylines had like Trixie's brother was dating a girl who was feeding him this apple salad that she made and had the apple seeds in it. So he was getting sick from the cyanide found in apple seeds. And when I was a kid, that was the first I had heard that apple seeds had cyanide in them. And that has stuck with me through my entire life. As you can see, as I'm telling you now, you can tell, okay, that has stuck with me my entire life. But I did not like keep the Trixie Belden series. I didn't reread those books from the series. What I reread, the series that I bought it. People gave me books in the series. The series that I kept and reread every summer was the Little House on the Prairie series. And I've talked about that one here on the channel a lot. I still, like to this day, I will quote things from Ma Ingalls all the time in like my everyday life. Yeah, the Little House on the Prairie series, that's the one that I just loved when I was a kid. All right, number 3, the worst book you have read or tried to read. I'm really careful about this kind of thing here on this channel, you guys. I don't like to be negative, but y'all could probably say it with me. The book Vector. Y'all have heard me talk about that. You're probably sick of me talking about that. That is the one book that I could not read it. I became so just appalled by the bigotry and hatefulness in it that I threw it away so it could go to the landfill. Yay. But here recently, like within the last 48 hours, I've been trying to read, and this makes me sad, I've been trying to read The Dragon's Legacy by Deborah Wolfe. I've given up. I am DNFing this book. I was trying to read it for the Dragon Reading Challenge that I'm doing this year, right? You guys, I put a bookmark at the beginning of Terms and Phrases of Interest at the very beginning of it, because there are terms and phrases, like vocabulary words here. It's 7 pages of vocabulary words and terms and phrases to reference while you're reading. So as you're reading, you're supposed to stop. You're supposed to get out of the story and come back and reference these terms and phrases of interest. There is it 5 pages of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 pages of character names at the front of the book. And then like a 1.5 pages of the people of the book. I love the fact that there's a map in here. I love the fact that there is so much promise of world building happening right at the beginning of this book. That was awesome and great. There's a first chapter that introduces us to a character. It's called A Lonely Road. Okay, this first chapter introduces us to a character who is cool. I was digging this character, but she's on her last day of life, and we're told it's her last day of life, so she's gonna die. So don't get attracted to this character, right? Don't get attached. And then the next chapter, hold on, A False Hope. So aptly named. The second chapter, A False Hope, and it introduces us to 3 characters. One is a warden, one is a dream shifter, and one is like an apprentice to the dream shifter. And I was trying to figure out, okay, which one of these 3 characters is going to be our main character? Which one of them should I get attached to? Well, none of them, because all 3 of them die in this chapter as well. And then we go to chapter 1. So I was trying to get into the world, and I was trying to get into a character that I shouldn't. Those 2 chapters were prologues, and I wasn't warned that they were prologues. I have nothing against prologues. I've got a whole video about that here on the channel talking about prologues, but those, I wish I had been warned, because I was struggling to get into the world, and I was struggling to get into the time and the people and what was happening. Then we come to chapter 1, and we meet a whole new set of characters, none of which I really got attracted to. And then we go to chapter 2, and we're meeting another set of characters. I've given up. When I got to page 50 something, I thought, I have struggled, and I'm trying, and I don't like any of these characters, and I don't understand. We haven't met any dragons yet, even though this is the Dragon's Legacy. There is a dragon king, but he's going to be a person. And there's the dragon's son, but that's just the sun in the sky. I quit. I give up. I don't hate it. What does it say? The worst book. This is not a worst book. This is just a book that is not for me. So I'm DNFing. So it's one of the dragon books for the Dragon Reading Challenge, but I am DNFing this book. Your results may vary. You may love this book, because there are some lovely phrases in here, lovely phrasing. Obviously, there's a lot of world building. Obviously, there's a lot of characters to meet and greet. It's just not for me. I apologize. That's just how it is. That's just my experience. We're going to move on to question number 4. Question number 4, your favorite reading or book memory. That was not going to be on this. That's not one of my favorites. But my favorite reading memory is when I was a little girl and my grandpa would read to me. Like The Little Red Caboose, right? He would read from the Little Golden Books to me. And I would sit in his easy chair with him in the living room at Grandma and Grandpa's house. and he would read to me. I was learning how to read with Grandpa reading to me. That is one of my favorite reading memories. Okay. Number 5, a book you loved as a movie. Jane Eyre. We can all say that one together. Jane Eyre, the 1996 movie. Number 6, a book you wish they would make into a movie. My own. My own. Choices Meant for Gods. I would love to see that trilogy made into yeah. Is that selfish to say? It's the truth. Number 7, a book character that you would like as a friend. Oh, I didn't think of any, did I? A book character that you would like as a friend. You know the mouse in Stuart Little, the mouse? I would like Stuart Little to be my friend. Does that sound silly? But I would love that. I would love to have that little mouse as my friend, running around the house, doing little things, playing games. Number 8, a place you want to visit because of a book you've read. I would love to go to the Shire, like the actual Shire. I know that New Zealand exists. And, you know, the folks at Jessica's Library Card, they were talking about going to New Zealand and seeing the place where they filmed the Lord of the Rings movies. That would be nice, but there are big spiders there and snakes and things that kill you. I want to go to the actual Shire in Middle Earth, and just hang out. Number 9, a nonfiction book you would recommend. A nonfiction. Oh, guys, I don't really like nonfiction. I don't read a lot of nonfiction. I wouldn't recommend nonfiction. I mean, if I'm reading a nonfiction book, it's like to learn some concept, and who cares? I mean, I shouldn't say who cares. If I'm learning a concept, it's for a specific purpose in my life, and I don't know that someone else would be looking to learn that same concept. I don't know. The Bible, I would recommend the Bible. Okay, there you go. Number 10, if you could hang out with an author all day, who would you pick and why? You guys, I have hung out with authors all day. These conventions and stuff that I go to, I'm going to recommend the Imaginarium convention up in Louisville. That happens every July, and you can hang out with authors all day. Many authors of different types of genres, some nonfiction authors, but yeah, authors and screenwriters and filmmakers and producers and publishers and yeah, guys. But which one of those authors? Any of them is great. Any. Which, if I could hang out with an author all day, can I say Charlotte Bronte? I would like to hang out with Charlotte and just pick her brain, hang out. We could do writing sprints together. Oh, that's it. That's it. Those are the 10 prompts of Off the Top of Your Head Booktube tag. So you guys just got to see my brain work in real time. Frightening, right? Yeah. Okay. I've got a couple other videos that I need to film since this is a Sunday afternoon. And y'all know that's what I do. On the weekends, I film content to bring it to all of you out there. So you guys, thumbs up for weird stuff off the top of my head. I hope this was entertaining. And if it was, please subscribe to the channel. You know, I looked at my analytics. You guys, like 80% of you who watch these videos are not subscribed. Y'all, subscribe. And please click the bell notification icon so that you are notified each time I do the random quirky things. Thanks so much for tuning in.